There are moments when hope feels buried, when prayers seem unanswered, when silence is the only reply. I felt that kind of loss, the kind that makes you question everything, the kind that leaves your heart standing at a grave. Martha felt it, Mary felt it, standing there, watching the one they loved slip away, wondering, Jesus, where were you? But what they didn't know was that even in the delay, there was a miracle on the way. Because when he speaks, even death has to listen. There was a village filled with sorrow. Tears were falling like the rain. Every heartbeat felt so hollow, echoing the pain. 4 long days of mourning silence, grief too deep for words, only memories remain. Martha standing in the distance, faith and fear collide. Lord, if you had only been here, every tear she cried. Still she held on to the promise, though her heart was torn. Hope was not yet gone. Even in the waiting, in the ache, he was coming, he was on his way. When Jesus calls your name, nothing stays the same. Even death must bow and break. Chains fall at the sound he makes. Out of the grave you rise, back into the light. What was lost is found again. Life begins where hope had ended. When Jesus calls your name. Mary fell down at his feet now, with a broken cry. All the questions in her spirit, why did you not arrive? Then he wept among the grieving, shared in all their pain, love that knew their names. Standing at the sealed off tomb, now stone too great to move. Still he spoke into the silence, watch what I will do. Faith was trembling in the shadows, but his voice was near, calling through their fear. When it felt like everything was gone, he was there to prove them wrong. When Jesus calls your name, nothing stays the same. Even death must bow and break. Chains fall at the sound he makes. Out of the grave you rise, back into the light. What was lost is found again. Life begins where hope had ended. When Jesus calls your name, hear him calling. Life is breaking through. From the darkness he is making all things new. Roll the stone away, he said, though doubt was in the air. What you see is not the ending. There is power standing here. Then he cried out with authority, a voice that shook the ground. Lazarus, come forth, and death could not hold him down. Breath returned into his body, chains began to fall. What was wrapped in death and silence now could hear the call. From the grave into the promise, from the night to day, life had found a way. Call my name in my darkest place. Speak again. Let me see your face. You are still the resurrection, you are still the life. Every grave must be surrendered to your holy life. more holding on to the things that feel like endings when your voice is strong. When Jesus calls your name, nothing stays the same. Every grave must open wide. Death has lost you, are alive. Out of the grave we rise, standing in your light. Every chain is left behind. You have brought us back to life. When Jesus calls your name, hope is not in vain. Even what was lost before, you are able to restore. Out of the grave we rise, with our hands held high. All the glory to your name, forever we proclaim. When Jesus calls your name, even now He is calling. In your pain, in your waiting, there is life, there is healing. In the sound of His voice, come alive, come alive. Step into the light. He is here, even now, calling you to life. There are things we don't always understand. Moments in history, in prophecy, in our own lives that feel heavy, mysterious, even frightening. I used to read about the end, about judgment, about seals being broken. And I felt fear, uncertainty, questions without answers. But then I realized this story is not just about destruction. It's about a revelation. It's about a God who sees everything, who holds the beginning and the end. And even in the shaking, there is purpose, there is justice, there is hope. Because the one who opens the seals is also the one who was slain for us. Oh, hey, I saw a scroll in heaven's right hand, sealed with the mystery. No one worthy in all creation to face eternity. Then a lamb stepped through the silence, bearing every scar. He alone could break them all. Heaven trembled, angels cried, holy is the Lamb who died. Open the seal, let truth be revealed. Let every hidden thing come into light. Through fire and storm, your will is performed. Even in judgment, you are still right. King over all, we answer your call. Nothing escapes from your sovereign hand. Through every seal, your glory revealed. All of creation follows your plan. Yeah. First came a rider on a white horse, crowned with a borrowed name. Conquest arising without mercy, power wrapped in fame. Then a red horse followed after, peace was stripped away. War began its deadly reign. Nations trembling, hearts in fear, Then a black horse weighed the hunger, scales of loss and pain. Bread for coins, a world in famine, crying out in vain. Then a pale horse, death and shadow, walking through the land, taking life with silent hand. In the sorrow, in the cries, you still hear your people's sighs. Open the seals, let truth be revealed. Let every hidden thing come into light. Through fire and storm, your will is performed. Even in judgment, you are still right. King over all, we answer your call. Nothing escapes from your sovereign hand. Through every seal, your glory revealed. All of creation follows your plan. Underneath the altar crying, voices call for truth. How long, Lord? The saints are pleading, clothed in robes of proof. Every tear is being counted, every wrong made known. Justice rising to your throne. You have not forgotten. You are still watching. Every soul, every cry reaches heaven. Then the earth began to tremble. Stars fell from the sky. Sun turned black and moon to blood. No place left to hide. Kings and nations cried for mercy. Mountains shook with fear. Still your final word draws near. All creation testifies to the truth no one denies. Open the seals, let truth be revealed. Let every hidden thing come into light. Through fire and storm, your will is performed. Even in judgment, you are still right. King over all, we answer your call. Nothing escapes from your sovereign hand. Through every seal, your glory revealed. All of creation follows your plan. Open the seals, let heaven declare. You are the Alpha, the ending, the start. Through every age, your kingdom will reign, writing redemption on every heart. King over all, we answer your call. Even in trembling, we still believe. Through every seal, your glory revealed. You are the one we will never leave. And then silence. Heaven held its breath. No thunder, no voices, just awe, just reverence. Because even in the end, you are still God. And in the silence, we remember you are holy, you are worthy, forever. There are moments. There are moments when words fall short, when the weight of life presses in so deeply. You don't even know how to pray anymore. You just breathe and hope heaven hears you. I've been there in the quiet and the breaking, wonder if the pain had a purpose, if the tears meant anything at all. But slowly, gently, through the cracks in my heart, a light began to shine. Not from me, but through me. And I realized, even here, even now, His glory is still being revealed. begins. I was standing in the ruins of everything I knew, pieces of a broken story scattered into blue. Every dream I thought was certain slipping through my hands, nothing left to understand. In the silence of the ashes, when my hope had died, there was something rising softly deep within my life, like a whisper through the darkness, calling me to stand, held by unseen hand. When I thought that I was too far gone, you were there all along. This is the glory of God, shining in the hardest place, turning sorrow into grace, writing beauty through the pain. This is the glory of God, breaking through my darkest night, lifting me into the light. Now I see with open eyes. This is the glory of God. Every scar became a canvas for your holy light. Every failure held a purpose in your perfect sight. What I thought was just a valley was a sacred ground where your love was found. You were working in the waiting, in the unseen. I was building strength inside my weakness, growing in flowers. Now I'm standing in the promise of a greater plan, held within your hands. Even when I couldn't see your face, you were moving in that place. This is the glory of God, shining in the hardest place, turning sorrow into grace, fighting beauty through the pain. This is the glory of God, breaking through my darkest night, lifting me into the light. Now I see with open eyes. This is the glory of God. Let it shine through me, for the world to see. Even in my scars, you are who you are. Not by power, not by might, but by your spirit in my life. Every tear I cried in secret, you have turned to holy light. Not by strength that comes from me, but your grace that sets me free. In my weakness you are stronger. Now your glory lives in me. From the valley to the mountain, through the fire and the rain, every step becomes a story of the power of your name. Glory in the waiting, glory in the pain, glory in the breaking. Nothing is in vain. You are here, in every doubt, in every fear. You are here, you feel glories drawing near. This is the glory of God, shining in the darkest place, reaching every heart with grace, calling every soul Every moment, every breath, you are turning life from death. And I know, I believe you are working inside me. All I'll be is for the glory of God. The glory of God. The glory of God. I remember the nights that felt endless, when the silence was louder than my thoughts, when I was searching, reaching, but finding nothing that could fill the emptiness inside. And then, in the quiet, in the breaking, there was a light, not harsh, not distant, but warm, calling my name. And I realized I was never alone. This song is for every heart still searching. The light is here, and His name is Jesus. I was walking through the shadows, trying to find my way. Every road felt so uncertain, every night, no day. Carrying the weight of silence, buried deep inside. Every tear I tried to hide. Then a whisper broke the darkness, called me by my name. Through the storm I heard your promise, nothing stays the same. In the middle of my weakness, you became my strength. Love that never ends. When I thought the night would never fade, you were there, you made a way. Jesus is the light of the world, shining through the darkest night, breaking every chain inside, bringing dead hearts back to life. Jesus is the hope for my soul, burning like an endless flame. Now I'll never be the same. I am calling on your name. Jesus, you are the light of the world. Every scar became a story of your faithfulness. Even in my lowest valley, you were still my rest. I was lost, but now I'm found here, standing in your grace, looking at your face. You took all my broken pieces, turned them into gold, wrote redemption in my weakness. Now my heart is whole. There's no darkness that can hold me, not when you are near. Perfect love casts out my fear. When I felt like giving up the fight, you were there, my guiding light. Jesus is the light of the world, shining through the darkest night, breaking every chain inside, bringing dead hearts back to life. Jesus is the hope for my soul, burning like an endless flame. Now I'll never be the same. I am calling on your name. Jesus, you are the light of the world, shining forever. We walk in your light, no more in darkness. We are alive, we are alive. Even when I cannot see it, you are working in the dark. Every moment, every heartbeat, you are closer than my heart. No more fear, no separation, you have torn the veil apart. Now I know just who you are. You are healing, you are freedom, you are light in the darkness, hope for the hopeless, love without limits. Jesus, 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 Jesus is the light of the world, shining through the darkest night, breaking every chain inside, bringing dead hearts back to life. Jesus is the hope for my soul, burning like an endless flame. Now I'll never be the same. I am calling on your name. Jesus is the light of the world, higher than the stars above, filling every heart with love, overflowing from your blood. Jesus is the light of the world, and forever I will sing to my Savior, to my King. You are my everything. Jesus, you are the light of the world. In every shadow, you are there. In every heartbeat, you are near. No more darkness, no more fear. Your light remains forever here.